a world of knowledge is right at your fingertips. Beyond our signature Great Discovery course, we offer a treasure trove of impactful learning courses across a multitude of subjects. Elevate your success with courses crafted by global experts. Accessible in 140 plus countries with real-time translations in most languages. Enjoy an affordable monthly membership. Get unlimited course access and have exclusive discounts. Embrace opportunities. Earn as you learn with our affiliate program. Be part of our vibrant community. Learn, share, teach, or do it all. Unleash your true potential today. It's all about you. Escape no on dich. Es todo acerca de ti. 都是关于你的. È tutto su di te. Il n'est question que de toi. Welcome to the Great Discovery.
Well, welcome to the Great Discovery indeed. Ali Madawi here, your host with Avocado Toast. It is another amazing day in TGD Daily. And today I got two amazing human beings. The co-hostess with the mostest for the day, Tanika, and out of Virginia, absolutely are rock stars beyond measures. And of course, we have the pleasure, the honor, and the privilege to have with us Cathy Lawson, Chief Knowledge Officer of the Great Discovery, who, again, I talk about repeatedly, mostly, and many, many times. Though she looks like she graduated college 3.5 years ago, she has a career to boast about, which she never would. And let me just tell you, she's helped companies like Motorola, companies like GE. She is the actual student in the very first master black belt with Dr. Mikel J, the co-creator, chief architect of Six Sigma. And my goodness, I am so blessed not only to have her in my life. Since 2017, I have taken this course called The Great Discovery, and it was just a pilot program at the time. It was literally at its infancy. It developed 10 times bigger and better today, but the little bit that it has done for me, such as take me from a sales rep of a company to having equity in multiple companies, taking companies public, becoming an author, speaker, vlogger, podcaster, and so much more. And as far as my personal relationship with my wife, it's 10 times better, bigger because of the fundamentals and the core values that have been implemented within me and through the Great Discovery. And the Great Discovery is obviously the fourth generation of Six Sigma, and there is nobody better in the front row seat than Cathy Lawson, not only to educate us and give us a whole lot of information that is relevant for you and I to embark on this journey. And of course, the one and only, she's right here, Tanika, who is a content creator, a business developer, a consultant, a coach, a mentor to the masses, and she's our partner in here in the Great Discovery. Hello and good morning to both of you ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I hope you're ready to rock and roll. So the world is wondering about your gifts and your greatness, Cathy. But Tanya, any opening remarks before we really take over Cathy's time and juice every bit of information out of her?
Well, that was an amazing introduction. You might need some water after that. You had to keep going, keep going. I love it. I love it. Guys, we have the most amazing host. You guys see him here all the time. And so it's such an honor that he has us here. Dr. Cathy Lawson, she is freaking amazing. I've had the absolute honor and privilege to just sit at her feet for a little bit. And I was like, you need to get on the Great Discovery, like the TGD Daily. Like, we need to see how you, your perspective on things. And she has such a beautiful perspective when it comes to the Great Discovery and really connecting it with the learner and the content creator. And I like to call it the life cycle. And then she also has some, that we're going to get into her wonderful, beautiful brain, the doctor brain, on how she broke through from speaking to audiences in a physical, I think we can all relate to this before COVID, right? This physical, tangible thing. And then all of a sudden, it's like, we're going digital. And now she has to take that same energy that was so easy from the physical to this digital world. And Ali, obviously, you can see, he was a student. And then now he's a teacher. So I love it because it really showed the life cycle. So those are the things that I was like, oh, please come and talk to our amazing audience about this, because I think they need to hear the heart of TGD, but also your amazing perspectives and how you use Sigma and all the things that you're doing in your life to really break through some of those barriers, what we call opportunities.
Okay.
Have fun with all of that, Cathy.
All of that. And let's see if we can do all of that in 15 minutes or less. So here we go.
You're the best. Of course you can.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody. So happy to be on this with you. And let me just give you maybe a 30-second snippet of history so you understand why it is that the Great Discovery is so important. So Ali and Tanya talked about my past with Motorola and other companies. Six Sigma, let's just say, is the world's greatest problem solving and process improvement strategy, bar none. And it was developed or at least architected by Dr. Mikel J, brought to Motorola back in the late 80s, and then brought to the world after that. And later, after so many companies realized so much success with Six Sigma, it was recognized by the MIT Sloan School of Business Management as being one of the top 10 innovations of the last 150 years. I gotta say that slowly. Top 10 innovations of the last 150 years. What are the other 9? I mean, when you think about top 10 business innovations, well, there's things like the automated assembly line that Ford created back in the 1920s, and the internet, which is huge, right? But here is something that's a strategy for improvement that got listed alongside these other great giants that moved us forward into this age of technology. So there's something to it, right? It's not just little, hand waving kind of stuff. The Great Discovery is built on the cognitive roadmap that made Six Sigma successful. And what does that mean? That means it's just the thought process. It's how you think about success so that you can be successful. That's really what it is. That's what Six Sigma was. So that's why we're here today. We're bringing the Great Discovery to the world, to everyone who wants to better their life, to anyone who wants to achieve something that they up to this point have not been able to accomplish for a variety of reasons. Here is now a proven roadmap to success. That's what it's all about. All right, so that's why I wanted to lay that foundation. And now let's talk about the Great Discovery e-learning platform as a way to have a variety of content out there from a variety of amazing individuals who have so much to share with the world. How does that all tie together? And it is so amazing. I think that when we're all said and done in another couple of years or so, the Great Discovery e-learning platform is going to be the next top 10 innovation of the last 150 years, because this is really going to be super phenomenal. So here's how I see it. So the Great Discovery is a way for you to take a personal dream or a work life dream or a relationship dream. Let's say you want to start a fabulous business, or you want to be financially independent, or you want to have a phenomenal relationship with your significant other or your children or whoever, or you just want to do something for yourself. Like you want to be the next Michelangelo and paint something fantastic that all the world for generations will admire. Whatever that dream is, it doesn't matter. If it's your dream, it's important. All right. So what does the Great Discovery do? It walks you through the realization of that dream, kind of backwards. You look at what it is you want to accomplish and you step backwards to say, well, here's where I am. How do I get from where I am to where I want to go? So let's just take something simple. Like you want to get healthier. You want to maybe run a marathon and finish in less than a day. Right? That would be my goal, because I couldn't do it in better than that. So, all right. So you lay out this proven path. Well, as part of that proven path, there's going to be things like, well, I'm going to have to change up my exercise routine to be able to do this. There's going to be maybe I need to create some time in my calendar to be able to do this. Maybe I need to eat differently. Maybe I work way too much and I've got a lot of stress and I got to manage that before I can think about running a marathon. Well, all right. So those are the things I got to do. And those are the obstacles I have to conquer. How am I going to do that? Well, some of those things maybe I can figure out on my own, but maybe I need some subject matter expertise. Maybe I need someone to tell me how to eat so that I can run a marathon, strategically. Maybe I need to figure out how to warm up and condition my body so I can run a marathon. And I just don't know how to do that. Well, guess what? I'm going to go to the Great Discovery e-learning platform and I'm going to find a content provider that has that knowledge, that content that they put out there for me, and I'm going to learn from them. And if I like their class, I may take more classes from them. And if I really like what they've got to offer, man, I'm going to consult with them. They're going to be my subject matter go-to dream team expert in that topic if I need it. So that's how the Great Discovery, as a basis for learning and developing and growing your life dreams, is also going to attach and connect with our content providers, because they're going to provide content and materials and knowledge in areas that people need as they're pursuing their life dreams. So why not be the go-to subject matter expert in stress management? Why not be the go-to subject matter expert in marketing your business, or in, wise financial planning, managing your tax burdens, whatever that topic is that people all need and are hungry for, because it's part of the path that they need to take to be able to create their life dream. So I see it as a beautiful synergy, and I can't wait to see how it evolves from here.
I do want to jump in. And one thing that I hear you all the time, you give a little bit of a disclaimer whenever you do a full training. You're like, why would somebody not have the success that they desire? Because not everybody's going to succeed just because, they are part of the Great Discovery. So I would love if you can educate. What do you think are the characteristics? Like, what was it that made a guy like me actually grab it and run with it, and create a career, for the last almost decade? What are those characteristics that you need to come into the Great Discovery with, whether you are a learner, whether you are a content creator, or an affiliate for that matter, in order to truly take on and become successful to the level that you would desire to be?
I love that question, Ali, and I'm so glad you opened that door. Let me go right back to Six Sigma, because you know what? There may be some of you out there saying, I heard about Six Sigma. In fact, I even was in a company where they did it, and it was just a big bust. It didn't work at all. And I would say, okay, that could be, because there were companies that did not do it very well. And if we started to peel back the layers and figure out what was going on, it's probably because they did not implement Six Sigma the way Mikel J laid it out in the beginning. There are a lot of different ways to get there, some of them more successful than others. But I promise you, if you did it the way Mikel's laid it out, you would achieve some level of success. You might achieve an extraordinary level of success if you followed it to the letter and really had the mindset to break through. And I'm going to tell you, it's no different for the Great Discovery. We've got a lot of people who are looking at a life dream, and it's lovely to sit back and go, oh, if only, it'd be great to be able to live like that. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll show you how. And we lay out the path, and then you find out, well, they don't take any action. They go, yeah, I'm really busy right now. I'll get to that, And so again, to the extent that you're willing to engage and follow the protocols, follow the proven path. It's called the proven path for a reason, because it is proven and people have done extraordinary things with it. You can too, but you got to commit. So what are the attributes? Well, first, you got to believe in your dream. It's got to be based on your core values. That's really critical, because sometimes people go after a life dream and they really don't know why. Maybe because somebody else has done it. It seems appealing, but it isn't really part of their heart. And that's where your core values come in. It's part of your heart, right? And so based on your core values, and then a willingness to do the work. And what does that mean? That means when the going gets tough, as it will, the willingness to stick with it and use the tools for breakthrough, to break through the obstacles. If it were easy, you would have already done it, right? So the fact that you haven't means that, could be that it was hard. You tried it and it was hard. Well, guess what? We've got the tools. You've got to have the tenacity to stick to it. That's what Ali did. I mean, some of those things that he's accomplished are not, not simple. They were complex, and he stayed the course and he did it. And Mikel used to call it when the rubber meets the road. That's how it is. You just got to take the next step and the next step. And when you run into a roadblock, you engage the thought process, engage the tools, and engage the people, because you can get coaching as well. Engage where you need to engage to be able to break through and realize the success. And I promise you, anyone can do it if they're committed to it.
Tanya?
Ollie, like, I guess my question to you, for everybody even, is, so you can take a great course, you can join a great program, and you can probably even get some results. But what got you to the point to be an advocate for that, to the point where, you know, you are putting all this energy and time to even get this out to the nations, to the masses?
Yeah.
So what was that mindset that you went through from just even getting introduced to a learner and now like being fully committed as like an ambassador? Because that's something different.
Well, remember when I took on the course, so we at the time the attention at first was a triple S, let's call it. It was a company that we were trying to develop a network within, and the executives just there's many things that didn't work out. It just didn't deliver, right? And Cathy and Sandra, our co-CEO, took it upon themselves. They said, hey, listen, just to kind of sustain you guys and kind of keep you engaged to figure out, like, what are we doing from behind the scene? We're going to give you this course and we're going to train you on it and we're going to meet on Zooms and you're going to figure out your core values and you're going to figure out, like, we went through the whole process, right? So talk about perfect timing in the wrong place. Like, I kid you not, like, I am grateful to God that business didn't work out, because I wouldn't have been around that moment, that little tiny window of my lifetime that Cathy and Sandra were like, why don't we just give this and help people just to kind of keep, just so to give value. That's literally what happened, right? So at the time, there was no way for me all the way up to November of 2022. There was no talk, no way, no shape for me to make money, or anybody from that, for that matter. So from 2017 to 2022, when the conversation comes back into my life, I was an advocate without getting paid, because guess what? The results that I would create, and people were like, dude, that's amazing how you, like, in 90 days, you went from like a concept to company to profits. How? And I'm like, well, you know, there's this thing called the Great Discovery that I went through in 2017. And it would be like my bragging rights, you know? They're like, all right, well, how can I get access to this information? I'm like, through me, unfortunately, you know, you're going to have to hire me, because I don't know if there's a program right now that you can be going through called the Great Discovery, because there was no way to monetize or a program that I can refer people into. So it was just a natural thing for me from 2017 all the way to 2022 for 5 years in a row. My introductions in every podcast and every conference, and there will always a mention, you know, mentor directed by Cathy Lawson, Sandra Harry, in reference to the Great Discovery. Always. So when I get the call, and then Tim Taylor and Sandra, they're like, we're going to make you an offer you're not going to be able to say no to. This is like, quote unquote, how the conversation went. I said, I say yes. And Tim goes like, you didn't even hear what we have to offer. I'm like, brother, I've been getting paid because of the Great Discovery since 2017. So whatever you're about to give me is a bonus. So yes, I'm in. I love what I'm seeing. I know what this is all about. So it's, the Great Discovery to me is not a program or a course or a content or a platform to monetize. It's a way of life. I use TGD with my wife. You know, whenever we want to plan for a vacation, we literally put the circles and we go, okay, we're going to start from beginning to end and end to the beginning. We're going to identify our core values specifically for this. And we talk about, you know, hey, we can't touch the phones. That is something that is for us a restraining force, because she knows if I grab my phone, I'm going to see Tanya's like, hey, quick question. I have to answer, because I'm like, it's Tanya, you know, I gotta answer this one. Next thing you know, I'm working, right? So we use it. I used it for my MMA when I wanted to lose 50 pounds. I understood, yeah, it's simple. Eat less, work out more, and be disciplined. But if it was that easy, everybody would do it. So it came down to using the Great Discovery as a way of life. So when somebody tells me, dude, I'm stuck, I don't know how to, I'm like, well, I got the solution for you. And I'll break it. He's like, how do you come up with this so fast? Well, there's this thing called the Great Discovery. So it's a natural conversation to have with the world. So if you're doing this with the focus solely of like, I just want to make money, I'm telling you, you're going to probably quit on yourself because of money. But if you do it just for the overall betterment of you as a human being, and embody the core values that you know, take as your own those intrinsic core values, and you operate with a way of thinking that you manage your life, your day, and you just wake up happier, you go to sleep better, you know when it's time for you to go to sleep. It's non-negotiable because that is within my core values. I said I'm going to take care of my body, so I don't care how much you're going to pay me. When 9 o'clock hits, like, I love you, but I got to go to bed because I got to get up at 3:30 in the morning because I have a method that I created because of the great discovery. So long answer to your question, but that's the truth.
Yeah, I adore that because, you know, in the self-development industry, we get really stuck on the next course, the next thing, the next relevancy, the next thing. But with TGD, you have here, we're going to control this thought process to make it a lifestyle. And then we're going to give you the controlled environment so you're not taking all these courses and everything just to take them. There's a relevancy, there's an order, there's a strategy. So Dr. Cathy, before we end, because this time goes by way too fast. But I want to like get this one thing from you, besides everything else, because we're going to have you back on. But you mentioned when we were kind of in our time together, you had mentioned that there was a struggle in a way that you had to use TGD to get from the physical audience to even create and step into this digital age. Otherwise, you're going to just be pushing things back, right? Because people do that all the time. Technology, digital, I don't want it. AI, I don't want it. So I'm stepping back, as opposed to embracing it. So how did you get over that from the physical aspect to now the digital, create content, but then also embrace this new thing?
Yeah, it's definitely, you know, a transition. And, you know, I would say this for all of our content providers, just right off the bat. You know, you are bringing content onto this platform, and the technology may be different than what you're used to. But even if it's not, I promise you in the next year, the technology will be different than what you're used to. So part of being a really top-notch content provider and subject matter expert for yourself and for the community of the Great Discovery is to also be a learner, continually be willing to learn and be open. That's where, you know, actually one of my core values is discover, and it's because I love to learn. But I started developing my digital courses, you know, thinking like I'm walking into a classroom. And I started my first one and I hit a wall, and it's still sitting on my desk because I haven't been able to break through that one. I said, okay, something's wrong there. Let me go back and rethink it. Let me reuse the Great Discovery, because I know that works as my thought process. And I went and laid it out with milestones that are different. So I started with who's my target audience? What are my learning objectives for that target audience? And then how best do I address them? And how best do I address them where I don't get to see them anymore? I'm used to walking into a classroom, talking to them, getting feedback from body language and all that kind of stuff. How do I do that when it's just going to be me talking to a blank screen, right? So I, again, used the Great Discovery. I was able to rethink it and put my second course together much faster, much easier, and with that thought in mind. So it's just, again, being open, being willing to, you know, try something new and learn and realize you don't know it all. So, and there's always room for improvement. That helped me. I mean, I've got tons of details. We don't have time for that, but I just wanted to, I'll just give that little teaser right there, because there is a great way to do it. Just use the Great Discovery and think through your milestones, and you've got it.
I love that, guys. And all those little nitty-gritty details that we didn't have time for, besides coming back later, you guys can go to thegreatdiscovery.com, because she's going to reveal and release that very soon.
And might I add, tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, tgdmeet.com, we're going to be showcasing our e-learning community and content creators. As a matter of fact, I'm personally promoting 2 of my courses that I have tonight. That's right. I'm being selfish. I'm going to be selling some stuff to you tonight. But come on out so you can see the experience of a content creator. How, if you were in my place tonight, how would your experience be in a Great Discovery? If you have a message in a course or a content that you think should be monetized, we'd love our members to have the opportunity to buy your course, or we'd love our members and affiliates to have the opportunity to sell it and monetize it. And even more so, we do it in multiple languages with artificial intelligence, where your voice in your video stays exact same real voice. But this, though, will move in the native language translation. It's absolutely fascinating. And I'd like to welcome you tonight to check it out. TGDmedia.com at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific Standard Time, and wherever else you may be around the world, check out Google. I'm pretty sure you can find exactly the time slot that works best for you. With that, I appreciate it, and I thank each and every one of you, and I cannot wait to see you tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Cathy Lawson, thank you again for your time, for your genuine heart, and always giving ways. Tanya, you rock as always. We got to do this more often.
Yes, Ali.
All right. See you later, everybody.
Bye.
A world of knowledge is right at your fingertips. Beyond our signature Great Discovery course, we offer a treasure trove of impactful learning courses across a multitude of subjects. Elevate your success with courses crafted by global experts. Accessible in 140 plus countries with real-time translations in most languages. Enjoy an affordable monthly membership. Get unlimited course access and have exclusive discounts. Embrace opportunities. Earn as you learn with our affiliate program. Be part of our vibrant community. Learn, share, teach, or do it all. Unleash your true potential today. It's all about you. Escape no omdik. Es todo acerca de ti. 都是关于你的. È tutto su di te. Il n'est question que de toi. Welcome to the Great Discovery.